Ba-da-boom. I need to check on my phone if this is going out live because, as usual, the monkeys behind the desks at Facebook don't have a way for people to check the audio. They don't have a way for people to check what's going on. So I'm going to check the phone for 2 seconds here and find out if there is some audio going out. There is. That's pretty cool. Right. The kids are watching Supergirl. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that ugly? I don't know. What do you think about those series? What's the plural of series? Is it just series or series? You know, that's always bugged me. I'm going to solve that right now. Plural of series. The plural of series is, it's not telling me. How can it even not tell me that? I just did it. What is the plural of series? There you go. The plural form of series is also series. There you go. What do you know? Perhaps the internet does know everything. Perhaps that's why information is no longer important. Information is no longer relevant as we can access the information as and when we need it. That's why the role of teachers is changing, has changed, will continue to change. Teachers in the past used to inform, shape by giving information. But now, I don't think that's their role anymore. They're more coaches, tutors, mentors, guides, really, on the journey. Anyway, Supergirl. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you like it? I don't know. What about the other one? DC Legends of Tomorrow. They watched that as well. That was cool up until it wasn't cool anymore because they tend to run out of ideas very quickly. I think I read somewhere it's because the writers leave. The good writers leave because they want more money because they've built up a good series and then they don't get more money, so they bring in bad writers and then it just goes and that's the end of that. They just end up recycling old ideas and bringing in storylines that reference all elements of social justice, which, you know, to be edgy, you kind of have to keep the original lines of the characters. Those series that have those series, those series that have, yeah, that sounds right now. Those series that have lasted years are the ones where the characters stay within a certain framework. They don't become unbelievable. And that's when I turn off, when the characters start doing things out of character. But what does it matter? It's not real anyway. But it works when it does mirror reality. And it works when it does mirror fantasy as well, because we all have fantasies. So, Made in Moray live. I took a week's break. You didn't miss me because that's the way it is. I didn't miss you, so sorry about that. And I took some time to do a lot of thinking and do a lot of revision and revising, and I did a lot of number crunching as well. And I looked at what works and what doesn't work in the interviews and in the promotion. And I originally planned to talk about this about a week ago, but At which point in time there were 8 interviews out, and there were over 150 social media posts related to the interviews, and around 20 promotional videos created. And overall, I think I number crunched the first 5 episodes, and they had a reach altogether of about 5,000 to 6,000 views, which is pretty cool. And I want to thank everybody in the house. I want to thank everybody who listened, who shared, and that's the point. That's what you have to say first, not after 5 minutes. After the first minute, what you have to say is, by the way, go to the latest video that's been posted. Either right-click and copy the URL, or just copy the URL from the top of the page and paste it somewhere where people can find it. Share if you care, because if you don't share, it's not going to go anywhere. Dun dun dun. It's not really anything new. Did I talk about the mic? I changed the mic. There you go. I had that big mic before, and that's nice, and that's kind of what's trending, is being popular and cool to have. But me not being cool and not being popular and not being trendy, I'm doing my own thing. This is a Logitech wireless headset, connects with a USB to your computer. It's great. If you're doing singular presentations, it's great. If you got more people, you need a mix with lots of little knobs you can twiddle and different microphones you can stick in. There's one down here. You can't see it, but it's here. So I knew it's late. I got up at 4:44. It's the 444 mindset. I got up at 4:44 this morning. It's now 9:30 this evening. So forgive me if I drift and try to bring it back, and then drift and try to bring it back, and just lose my way a little bit. Remember, if you've got any questions related to Made in Moray, if you've got any questions related to business or personal development, drop the questions in. I'll pick them up. I'll get back to you. I'll either answer them in video format, or I'll find another way, because there's more than one way to do everything, right? There's more than one solution to every problem. And it's worth, if you do have a problem, it's worth getting feedback from different people. It really is. It's worth. You know, I saw some cool stuff happening on LinkedIn recently, which was that people were asking for help. And I thought that was cool, because there's this sort of pretense that everyone's supposed to know everything. You know, everyone's supposed to know everything. I don't think that that's the right way to go. What was it Steve Jobs said? I don't employ the best people to tell them what to do. I employ the best people so that they tell me what the right thing to do is, and we can do it. So it's worthwhile. It's worth thinking about. Anyway, I just thought it was cool that people were asking for help. Like, can somebody help me do this? Could somebody help me do that? And you know, when you reach out and you know your ask, then things are going to come to you. It's also great not having a microphone just kind of bang here right in the middle, because I'd be knocking it out. So a little bit of freedom goes a very long way, as they say. So I was talking about the videos, I was talking about their reach, I was talking about the fact that that I'm going to go back and review all the interviews, and I'm going to make notes for them as well, and put out notes for each interview, because there's so much good stuff, like a kind of a 60-second summary of key points, because there's so much stuff that's key. And if you are listening to Made in Moray, it's really essential that you share it. And the reason why you need to share it is because of the 6 degrees of separation principle. I don't know if you know the 6 degrees of separation principle, but what it is that through 6 people, you know, you can get to the entire planet, because these 6 people know another 6 people who know who blah 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 blah, who know another 6 people who know another 6 people who know another 6 people who know, and basically through 6 people you can actually get to everybody everywhere, and it actually mathematically works. If you think about it, you know somebody who knows somebody who, it goes up, right? It goes up. Everybody knows somebody who knows somebody, right? Everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. So I'm pretty sure that you understand what I'm talking about there. And this is important when you look at social media and how businesses work with social media and how posts work on social media, because you post something and it doesn't really get very far if other people don't post and share it as well. Now, I've seen this from what I've posted so far with Made in Moray. I can get 200 to 500 views on a video that I make in an interview with somebody if I just look at the basic organics and post it myself and know where to post it and when to post it. I don't worry too much about exactly when to post it, because I think people will find it anyway. But you've got your Facebook systems, and there's LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter, and they're all good for at least promo clips, if not full episodes. And so I can get that number of views myself if I do it myself. But if the interviewee takes it and posts it and gives it to their friends, their clients, colleagues, and their colleagues post it, and their colleagues give it to their friends, and their friends post it, boom, 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 boom. You can get 5,000 to 10,000. I want to say impressions, but it's not really impressions. Impressions, views. You can get the word out to a lot of people about good things that are happening, which is the point. Made in Moray, a podcast to motivate and inspire. There's a lot of people doing a lot of good things, and a lot more people need to know about the good things that are happening. Do you know? Did you share? Did you just listen and not share? That's where it falls down, right? If you don't talk about what you've seen, you can't share any experiences. And if you don't share on social media, things die a death. So what I'm saying is, please share the posts, share the pictures, share the images, share the videos, share. And then more people will know what's going on. And it's worthwhile sharing, because each video has these little nuggets of information. And what it is Skillshare. So each person has a different experience and a different way of solving similar problems. And if we share those with each other, then we all grow and we all learn and we all, well, what more do you need? What more do you need? So there are these little nuggets of wisdom in each interview, and that's why you need to listen more than once as well. Do you think that you ever get everything from listening just once to something? Do you think you understand the whole conversation by just listening to it? By being in a conversation, do you think you understand what's going on? Here's the test. Record your conversation. Tape it, whatever, record it with your mobile phone. Tapes don't exist anymore. Do it digitally. So record a conversation. Then get the other person's permission first. Whatever, right? Record a conversation. Then 24 hours later, try to recall the conversation and then listen to the conversation and see if you get it right. You'll get it wrong. We forget 80% of what happens almost immediately within 24 hours. Well, it's not really that we totally forget. We just, our brain puts it to one side because it's way too much to process. So we're really not aware completely. Being in the moment is fine, but even being in the moment doesn't really work. Because you know how in meditation, they say like, clear your mind. Well, to clear your mind, you have to focus on your mind, which is not really disassociating and clearing your mind. It's contradictory, but how else would you do it? I don't know. All I know is that that's a contradiction. And we don't need to have all the answers. We just need to be asking the questions and not fearing the consequences of questions, because if you can't ask a question, oh my God, oh, you can't say that. These words are not politically correct. Anything that silences speech. Do you really want my opinions on that? Probably not. Everybody should be heard, though. And not just, hey, we've got a free speech zone over there, in the corner behind the tree, next to the weeds. I don't know, there's a free speech zone on that hill. You know, we got to hold on to the little bits of freedom we have, otherwise they just evaporate. I've seen it happen. Trust me, I've seen it happen. So it's your duty to share if you're involved in the Made in Moray community, if you're involved in the Made in Moray project. It's your duty to share the videos. The Moray Spaceflight Tourism video I made, which took 1 minute to make. It took me about 2 minutes to make it look nice on my phone. Let's put it into this program. Let's select a filter. Let's give it a title. Click, 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 click. Boom. Onto LinkedIn. And, you know, people liked it. That's great because there's a positive message there that a lot of businesses in this region function on tourism, and that tourism feeds a lot of businesses as well that people don't realize are all integrated. It's all one system that we live within. We compartmentalize and separate things, but it's all integrated. Everything exists for a reason. All the little parts fit together somehow. So the AES solar, and I want to, I should drop the video, put it up online, not just like drop it, but put it on the internet. And I should put the video up online and then like have some kind of commentary about it and talk about the process, because the process of making the interviews is really fascinating. And you know what else? I'll tell you what else I wish. I wish that I could put into the interviews what happens just before the interview and what happens just after the interview, because the interview just, you capture a moment in time, but you don't get the whole picture. It's like in 5 minutes of a game or something like that. You don't see everything else going on round about, which is a lot of cool stuff. People are fascinating. People are the most fascinating thing ever to exist, ever, ever, ever. Endless creativity and human curiosity across the planet. We will be creative forever. We'll never run out of ideas. The imagination is the source of all things magic. Magic is not external. Magic is internal. We are magic as people. For sure. For sure, as they say. So please share the stuff. Yeah, the solar interview is deep. The, the, if you if you're if you want to have a business, or you're working in business, or you're working with people in business, or whatever, you need to listen to these interviews and share them with people that you're working with. If you don't get that, at least they'll get it. What's in there? This is inside information. This is people's life experience, and it's truly motivational. Truly. Hello, planet. It's truly motivational. Really. I wish I could express it better. We're all limited. No, we all limit ourselves. That's where the limit comes in, because we limit ourselves. To say we're all limited is not really true. We're limitless, but limited by our own belief systems. Anyway, there's more information that's going to be coming up about the interviews, the processes. There'll be more data. There'll be a lot more that I can share with people about what's happening and what's going on, and they can share with other people as well. And feedback's important. That great. It doesn't. What was it David Bowie said? It doesn't. The song is never complete until you get a reaction from your audience, right? So that's an important element. The feedback loop. The feedback loop is what works, what doesn't work, what to ask, what not to ask. I'm getting there with the questions. To get when to go with the script and when to go off the script. Really good conversations can't be scripted. People who know. You just have to figure out what's important now and work with that. I'll tell you what's interesting. It's like when I put this out on my computer, the background's all white, and I'm checking out my phone here. I'm checking out my phone, the background's brown, it changes color. Which reminds me of something that happened in the Hunted Cow interview. And if you haven't listened to the Hunted Cow interview, go and listen to Wayne Robinson talk. This guy is knowledgeable beyond belief about the gaming industry. And look, games are something, whether you play computer games or games on your mobile phone or use a console or whatever, or someone in your family does, share the interview with that. There's something for everyone there. Man, woman, child, there's something for everyone there. Old, young, whatever. There really is. That's a great interview. Apart from one question, which I should have edited out, but I left it in because the original edit all scrambled in my computer and I had to do everything again. But that's okay. It's not a complaint. It's a lesson to learn. You learn or you burn. That's how it works. So, I mentioned the 6 degrees of separation, and I mentioned the fact you need to share if you care, and that's what's important. And I'm going to try and do a little bit live every day and share some of the knowledge from the leadership books that I have out there. Alibaba, three leadership books that I've got. Principles for Leadership, Laws of Leadership, and Limitless Leadership, each containing 100 different solutions to all kinds of life problems and business problems. And they're progressive, and they deal with progressively progressively difficult ideas. So they're worth checking out. You get them free on the Made in Murray Facebook page and on my homepage, which I can't give you a URL for because you have to ask me for it. Yes, don't make it difficult for people, make it easy. I know. We'll get there in the end. We'll all get there together. So, as a final note, today, I hope that I've said something that makes sense to you, for sure. And I'm going to get around to doing a lot more. Something happens every day that's like, a lot of people say, oh, there's no content. I don't know what to put on the internet. I don't know what to produce with my, like, life. Produce life, don't create, document. Boom, that's it. Don't create, document. Life will give you your content. Life will give you your story. Life will give you your background. People will understand. They'll either come with you or they won't. You can't force them. You can't force someone to be your customer. They're not really your customer then, are they? They're more your victim if you force them. Oh well. We dig our own graves. On a final note, because I could go on forever and that wouldn't be good. On a final note, I watched the last race of the NASCAR series today. It happened yesterday, and they don't show it live in this country. And it's the series where they go round and round and round and round and round the track, which is kind of insane. But our lives are insane anyway, so it's no different from that. And once you get into it, as I've said before, you don't watch the game to just watch the game. You watch the game to see what you can learn. And I don't watch the race just to watch the race. I watch the race to analyze and understand and see what I can pick up. And I figure that if someone's out there risking their life, if someone's doing something where they could die, that's a pretty big risk to take. And I think I got some kind of respect for these people who can. I got respect for anyone who can do something that I can't do for a start. Everything from Rubik's cubes to rock climbing. And then there's that danger level where it's like, whoa. And so these people are like 1 second away from ending it all the time. And luckily they have a lot of safety measures. And the other cool thing about NASCAR is the points system now. If you compare like NASCAR to F1, like somebody will have so many points and nobody will be able to catch them and that's it. Well, NASCAR has this kind of system where things restart again and again and again through the system, through the season, constantly giving other drivers an opportunity to get to the end and get to the final race and have a chance to win. And so what I picked up from the final race today, apart from the fact that none of the drivers that I like won, but that's okay because I don't really know them anyway because, there's media between us. So the media, the medium, it's in the middle, medzi, So you never know when there's something in the middle. You only know what's on the other side when you've been to the other side. So I was watching the race, and who won is not important, but how they won, that's important. Now in the race, everybody made mistakes. All of the top drivers and their teams made mistakes. But the person who won was the person who made the least number of mistakes. So do you get what I'm trying to say? The mistakes are unavoidable. And this relates to the Maid and Murray interviews, which or where people tell me they don't want to do an interview because they're worried about saying something blah. First of all, as if I would put something out that's negative or, you know, would impact in a derogatory way the someone's business. You know, that's not that's not the point of doing it. And people people who find the bad things want to find the bad things anyway. You know, if you whatever it is you're doing, you find what you're looking for. Think about it carefully. Whatever it is that you're doing, you find what you're looking for. And so understanding that point about mistakes, that there's always going to be mistakes, there's always going to be errors, there's always going to be problems. Do you remember, like, if there's somebody older out there, and this applies to younger people as well, if there's somebody older out there, do you remember having like some kind of, oops, bang, see, bang the mic, there's always mistakes. You remember having some spot on your face when you were a kid, and you were worried about it? You look in the mirror and go, "Oh my God, there's a spot!" Ah. You were worried that other people might have some kind of negativity towards you because of it or something. And the thing is that everybody else was so worried about them having spots on their face that nobody cared about the spot on your face. And if they did care, they were an idiot anyway, right? And why was I making that point about spots? Oh, mistakes, right? Do you think anybody cares what t-shirt you wear? Not really. You know, I think anyone's going to remember what shoes you wore 2 days ago. Probably not. The color of your jacket last year. These things fade into insignificance. The objects are irrelevant. The objects in your life and around your life, that's not who you are. It's who you are that makes all the difference. And in the interviews, that's what I'm searching for. I'm searching for real people who can talk about their real experience. I don't care about anything else. And everybody's got some wisdom they can share. Isn't that frustrating? Knowing that people you don't like have probably a great level of wisdom in a certain area that they can share with people to help them. Isn't that frustrating? Yet liberating, because once you understand that, you can see the problems not within them, but within your reaction to them. Maybe that makes sense to you. Anyway, I watched the final race of the NASCAR season. And I also don't just sit and watch the race. I usually sit on my exercise bike and try to do something, because sitting in one place drives me insane. So it's probably why I don't like driving cars. Like, I'm the only person I am probably the only man that I know who just doesn't like driving. It doesn't give me any great fulfillment. I like being in different places. Drive because I have to, but you know, what the hell is that all about? You know, the loudest person in the room usually has the least amount of things to say that really matter or are of any value. So true. So think about that NASCAR story, that we're all going to make mistakes. We just need to recognize them and limit them. That's enough. That's enough to get us to the end, to the finish, to win. So to all the people that I've bumped into over the last week, hello again. And thank you very much for contributing your ideas and your information to the Maid in Moray project. Lots of things coming up. It's getting towards the end of the year, so lots of little get-togethers for people. and I got to get myself out there and get myself together. You got to get yourself connected. Do, 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 do. Leave a question, leave a note, leave a thumbs up, drop a heart, whatever. I just wanted to keep you up to date with what's going on. I might do a live with Nate Portraits tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Another interview lined up for the end of the week. Another one recorded already and edited but not out. It's Lifestyle Magazine. Lifestyle Magazine. Good magazine. You get the, if you go to the Made in Murray group, you can get the digital copy of Lifestyle Magazine on the page. I posted it today. That's pretty cool. So me and Spidey here are gonna go and do some cleaning, tidying, organizing, family stuff, and leave you with a mission, which is to share as much as you can and care as much as you can. And I will speak to you all very soon. Take care.